What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and we got some breaking news. I didn't want to actually cover this before it was like really fully confirmed, but it is what it is. My boy Fuego sent me this in the DM, so let me shout him out. Dana White is speaking to Sports Illustrates and said he's targeting to see Kumar Usman and Colby Covington fight in a rematch, definitely in the fall, something like September. Also, people are talking about Volkanovski and Ortega fighting on that card. Uh, you know, I kind of wanted to address actually this fight and what I've seen on my Twitter lately, man. It's been a lot of Colby Covington versus Usman debates, and it's just crazy how everyone's super divided on it. But here's what I gotta say: it's a great fight. If it does happen, it happens. But the reason why I'm kind of doubtful that this fight is gonna happen, but I am gonna talk about it though. Might as well, right? Before we see Sakai versus Rosenstrike. The reason why I feel like I'm kind of doubtful that it happens is you got guys like Leon Edwards and Nate, right, fighting, and then you got Wonder Boy and Gilbert. If Wonder Boy finishes Gilbert, how do you deny a guy like Wonder Boy a title shot? If Leon finishes Nate, how do you deny him a title shot? So, best case scenario is here's what I think is actually going to happen. Well, I don't think all of this is going to happen, but best case scenario for this fight, too, for Colby Covington and Usman to actually fight, is that not Nate, Leon has a boring decision win over Nate, and maybe Gilbert gets a fluke win over Wonder Boy, and then you got a great scenario for Colby versus Usman to fight. But I mean, you got too many contenders out here, that are having these number one contender bouts. Like I don't, I don't know how you deny a guy like Leon. It's crazy, but in terms of this fight, y'all know me. I like Colby. Colby's my boy. Usman, I mean, I told y'all, if Usman can finish Jorge Masvidal, I'll never disrespect him by calling him Marty or any of that other stuff. I'm done calling him that. He's grown the nickname Marty. I will never call him that. But I mean, I know a lot of people are kind of clowning Colby, saying he doesn't deserve a title shot. All he did was beat T Wood. He has a I seen some stuff saying that he has an overrated resume. He beat old men and Damian Maya and Robbie Lawler, and RDA wasn't even a good one. I even seen some people say that RDA actually beat Colby, which is crazy to me. But you know, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, a lot of people have don't like Colby Covington and don't think he's a good or not a good wrestler, not a good fighter. Doesn't think he's a good fighter or whatever. That's what I'm noticing, which is kind of sad. But at the end of the day, this matchup is a great matchup. It was a great matchup when they first made it at UFC 245. Even before the fight, you can go check out. Um, I think I did a full card prediction. I didn't do a breakdown, but I gave this that first fight a lengthy breakdown, and it's on. I think it's still on my YouTube channel. I think it's still there, and I picked Colby, and I ended up getting it wrong. But in my humble opinion, when I first watched it, I had Colby up 3-1. Obviously, I rewatched it a few times. I can see 2-2 for Usman. Some people think Usman was up 3-1. I don't see that, but that's just me. But it is what it is. But I'll explain why this matchup needs to happen. I mean, I'll look at it from an individual basis. Their losses, right? Usman has a loss to Jose Caceres. Colby Covington beat Jose Caceres. Colby Covington has a loss to Warley Alves. Usman beat Warley Alves. Usman, right? Let's talk about this about Usman. Is a national two Division two, right? Right? Champion, okay? In the collegiate level. Colby Covington, a Division one wrestler, right? These guys are so equally, you look at their skill set, right? They're very similar, right? And I'm sorry if I mispronounce. What I meant to say for Usman is he's a Division two national champion, but I got my words mixed up. Sorry, y'all. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, this is a great fight. Now I get what people are saying. All Colby did was fight Woodley, right? and Usman has fought Jorge Masvidal and Gilbert Burns. Now, to the fans and to the hardcore fans that love those guys, that like love Usman and Gilbert, not Usman and Gilbert, Jorge and Gilbert, they might like, you know, Jorge Masvidal is that's a street Jesus, and he's the baddest dude on the planet, and he knocks people out. You know, he knocked out Darren Till, and then you look at Gilbert Burns. Oh, his jiu-jitsu's so good, and this and that. And you guys can look at them like that, and nothing against it. But the way I look at Gilbert and Jorge, I look at, and I'm gonna be honest, they two washed up lightweights, right? Usman hasn't been doing that to regular lightweights. Not regular welterweights. All right, let's just be fair, okay? Jorge had that one coming, right? And if you look at the tape, and I did a film study and I did a breakdown on the Gilbert and Usman thing, and I talked about the jab and the reach advantage that Usman had over him. I'm sorry, but Dan Hooker's son Gilbert Burns wasn't gonna beat Usman, and it ain't ever happening. Okay? Colby Covington can never make lightweight in his life. This is a real welterweight he's going to be fighting, and if they do fight, and hopefully they fight, I still think this fight's going to be competitive. And the last point I'm going to make is that in this rematch, we still got one unanswered question. Who is the better MMA wrestler? We still don't know. So let's find out. Is the Division II national champion and Kumar Usman the better wrestler, or is the D1 stud and Colby Covington the better? We're gonna find out now. In the wrestling and the tape, Usman has looked more dominant than Colby. I will give Usman that, but we're gonna see how they match up, and it is what it is. I think that's how people gotta look at it. I see a lot of people complaining about Colby hasn't done this or that, but the facts are the facts. He was competitive against Usman in that first fight, and there were some fouls in that first fight. The back of the head shots, the fake nut shot from Usman. I know there was, Colby faked, I guess, what's it called, an eye poke because his jaw was broken. That's something you guys will bring up. I know that. Or what else? There was some other stuff that maybe Colby did. But there was, even the finish. I didn't have a problem with the finish. I didn't think it was an early stoppage. I might be the only one. I know a lot of Colby Covington fans might get mad at me for saying that. But there were some back-of-the-head shots that were illegal. I'm not complaining about that. I'm not saying I'm complaining about that. But there are some things that can be looked at for that first fight to build a second fight. And there's nothing wrong with a second fight. All right? These guys are the most, in my humble opinion, number 1 and number 2 in that division. Right? Unless somebody else beats Colby, right, and they haven't done it yet, I can't really look at them any different. So I want to see Colby Covington versus Usman in the rematch. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to pick my boy Colby because that's my boy, right? I know some people feel like I shouldn't do it, but it is what it is. I think Colby got a chance, man. Honestly, man, if he can use the wrestling and if he can just, I wouldn't say use his wrestling, but just use more wrestling exchanges, he might be able to get Usman tired. You never know. Or maybe Usman can dominate Colby in the wrestling and beat him. But let's just do the fight. That's what I'm saying. And I don't feel like there should be this big pushback against the fight. But it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love y'all and goodbye.